Welcome to the Mormon Medium Podcast, where we'll talk about spirituality, the paranormal, religion, and my journey in becoming a Mormon medium. I'm Nannette Ride. Thanks for listening. Now let's go have some fun.
Don't be afraid. Close your eyes. There's a moon overhead, but the sun will rise. Blood on our lips, such a poisonous bite. The sound of our hearts go bump, bump, bump in the night.
Today we have a special guest. She's a really good friend of mine, and she's also a client. We brought her on because she's done some pretty cool things with her balancing and her healing journey, and we're going to let her share a little bit of her story. I'm going to let Sarah introduce herself.
I'm Sarah Powell. I'm a vlogger. I have a channel, Pancakes and Pandemonium.
Yeah, you've been growing a lot, which allows you also the mind space to be able to be manifesting, because when you have all those things going on in your brain and things going 100 miles an hour, you can't be present to manifest. And that is one of the key things to manifest.
Let's talk about manifestation for just a minute. Earlier, you had mentioned that you were working with Sarah and you said, okay, I want you to taste it and feel it and smell it. Explain to me what you were doing with that and kind of walk us through that process.
So basically, you have to, if you want to manifest something, you have to feel it and experience it as if it already happened, and then expect it to happen. So have no doubts, like, oh, it might happen. No, like, for example, we'll go to dinner. We have a friend, and I've told this story before, but we have a friend, Russ, shout out to him, and Sandy. They're some of our very closest, very best friends. We love them. We do anything for them. And Nugget, and Zoe, and all the papas. Anyways, they'll come to town, and we love to go to the Ribbon Chop House. And literally every time we go, I manifest the same parking spot, usually on a Friday night, which in St. George, let me just tell you, you usually need reservations. It's usually crazy packed and usually like an hour wait. But I manifest the same parking spot in front of the door every time. And Ross is like, are you a witch? And I'm just laughing. I'm just like, no, I just expect it to be there. But that's the thing about manifesting.
Yeah, we're sitting on the patio. He looks over. Nan, are you a witch?
He's like, you get the same parking spot every time. But like, we manifested our home that we live in, and we live in a beautiful home, and it's way out of our range of the we thought we would ever be in, but it manifested in our lives just exactly when we needed it to. And it's our home. It's mine and Brad's home, and it's very much it fits us. But it was also a manifestation thing. But the way that you manifest is you close your eyes and picture what you want. Okay. It can be money. It could be anything. Remember, everything's energy. We're just talking about energy. It's not anything that you can't have. And manifest what it is going to look like. What does it look like? So I wanted a trip to Hawaii. Okay. So I closed my eyes, and what does it feel like to be in Hawaii? How does it feel? Oh my gosh. Okay. I can feel the sunshine on my face. I can feel the salt air. I can taste it. I can hear the ocean. I can picture all of it, what it's going to look like. And this is when it's going to happen. So it's going to happen this year when Brad has time. That was what I manifested. I'm like, and so it is. And I expected it. I 100%, 1,000% expected it. And we're going to Hawaii in September with some friends that have never been to Hawaii. But it was just, everything fell into place exactly how it was supposed to, because it was expected. And we're creators. I think that is the magic part that people don't realize, is you are a spirit having a human experience, and you are a creator. Thus, you are magic. You are made of stars, and you're able to do anything. And highly recommend, if you want to learn how to manifest, I have a couple books. So look at Pam Grout. It's Grout. She has E squared and E to the third, and also Think and Grow Rich. So remember, we talk about being grateful is the same frequency as abundance and of love. So they're all three the same frequency. So if you want to draw abundance to you, be grateful. Keep a gratitude journal. picture what it looks like to have, $10,000 in savings or however much you want. Whatever you want, just picture it. What does it feel like? What does it taste like? What does it look like? When is it going to happen? And expect it and say so. And so it is. And expect it like it's already happened. And you watch it happen. It's amazing. And people will think it's crazy, but it happens. That's how the universe works.
It absolutely does. It absolutely does. And you'll notice the more you are in that presence of mind and the more things happen, it keeps coming because you keep doing it. It's practice, right?
Oh, it's definitely practice. In these books that I just talked about, they actually have exercises in it for you to practice. And you can write down your experiences. And it's like, okay, this is what we're going to start with. This is what you do. And what was your outcome? What happened? And you can put it to the test yourself and get really good at it. And then all of a sudden you start to live it. You start to just be like, okay, well, we need to do this. And so let's manifest it. It's a thing. It's a really cool thing. So there's no reason to think, low vibration thoughts anymore. Like, just create what you want.
No, and as you rise and you consciously rise, you will also consciously start knowing how to get out of or avoid things that bring you to that level, the low vibration level, because you want to stay here. It's magic. You feel good.
Right.
Great things are happening.
Right. And that's the key when you're conscious. So being in the moment, that's so hard because as humans, we want to worry about the future, or we think about the past. We always are doing those kinds of things and we don't want to be in the moment. It's so hard to do that. But when we're in the moment, when we're conscious, that is when we create. That is when magic happens. And we are so powerful. It's really beautiful.
Why are you staring at me all weird and creepy?
Because you're looking totally dorky over there.
That's so rude.
I'm pretty sure you're sleeping over there.
I'm listening to this conversation. Back off.
I'm going to lick your eyeballs.
Whatever,
Put them
dude.
back in your head.
You guys are amazing.
She's sassy is what she is.
You know what? We live for sass. It's my favorite thing that comes out in my kids when they are like full of sass and strong, not disrespectful back talk, but when they are owning who they are and just, that vibe comes out and I'm just like, okay, I see you.
I love that.
Let's go with this.
Okay, Brad. Okay, I see you.
Thank you. That's all I needed.
Nan's virtually, she's only met my 8-year-old, but the sass is real with that one.
She's adorable.
She is.
And she believes in this work.
Listen, she is probably what really, really 8 years ago started my belief in it. Because she came to me. She told me she was coming. And in her cute little way, she tricked me. Because I was pregnant with Mason. I was about 12 weeks pregnant with Mason, trying to figure out names. And I heard her little voice say, "Mommy, my name is Emily Ann." I went, "Oh, okay. Well, okay. This is when he was supposed to be last. He was number 4. This is our other girl. 2 boys, 2 girls. Perfect." We go to the ultrasound a few weeks later. It's a boy. And I was like, well, that's not right. I was like, huh. And so as we do, I talk to myself, well, right? Like, I was wrong. So the night I have Mason, another voice comes back and tells me this is not it. So she basically tattled on me and told my spirit guide or whoever, like, she's not listening. Go handle this. Because she still thinks he's last.
They save the best for last.
Yeah. And I mean, really, like, she is just the last piece our family needed. She is everything, and she just embodies just the spirit and everything good and amazing. And you can almost see the magic in her.
Which is so funny because she was kind of eavesdropping on your balance and kind of like, who is this Nan and what she's doing to my mom?
Yeah. She's like, I must know all things.
It's true.
Yeah.
And then she wanted me to balance her tonsils, right?
Yep.
So
And
that sounds like a story in and of itself. Balancing tonsils.
Yep.
That's a thing.
So in 2020, when just shit was hitting the fan, and we were like, we can't. The doctor, we took her in. She had, I don't remember what, but he was like, wow, her tonsils are 3 times the size her tonsils should be at her age. They need to come out. And I was like, okay, we'll figure it out, you know? And we asked some questions, and I was like, is it this virus? Is it, you know? He was like, no. They just are, which is why they need to come out. And we were like, great. And just with everything going on and happening, we just couldn't get there, right? Like, we just couldn't. So Emily tells us a few weeks ago, it was probably a day or two before she eavesdropped, and then she wanted her own session. Don't forget, it's almost summer break. My tonsils, because she'd been telling me all year, Mom, my tonsils need to come out. Mom, my tonsils need to come out. And I was like, I know, but I don't want you missing any more school, even homeschooling, because she's in classes all day. Like, she's with a teacher, not all day, but 3 hours a day. She's
What a
in a
responsible mother.
class. Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, you have to.
Or
be
is
in
that just
school.
a mean mom? You are not missing school. She's like, hey, I'm going to get a free week here, and mom just shut me down.
That's a coping mom. You're in class. I got shit to do.
You're the one.
Your tonsils are fine.
You're the one who drops all your kids off at nursery and is like, see ya, I'm going to get a Coke.
I'll tell you a funny story about that later.
Oh, no, you're here now. Let's hear it now.
Okay, so nursery. I got called to be primary chorister a few years ago in church, and I was like, I know nothing.
So
about
in the
music.
Mormon church.
In the Mormon church,
Okay.
Latter-day Saints. They called me, and I was like, I can't read music. I can barely carry a tune. Like, and I don't know primary music. They're like, you don't know primary music? I know one song.
What is it?
I Am a Child of God. The one everyone knows.
That's a great song.
It is a great song. But I was like, I can't do this. And they were like, you don't know any primary songs? And people would ask me, they'd be like, you have 5 kids. Of course you know primary songs. And I was like, no, are you kidding me? I drop my kids off at primary and like go to class or whatever I need to do, because that is 2 hours to myself.
Right.
Well, and that goes back to what I was saying earlier. Moms don't get a break.
Yeah.
Like, when you get a break, it's like, oh, I am so envious of the strength that women have, because they really go through a lot of hell and trauma, like from childbirth, child raising. They never get a break. You guys are awesome.
Thank you. I think it's how you see it too, because you look at it. I mean, the truth is, we have so much time with our kids. And yes, if we have kids on the spectrum, maybe we have more time. But the truth is, we have a finite time with our kids, right? So you can be all in and be like, we're going to do this journey. Or you can be like, this sucks and it's hard all the time. And guess what? It probably will be.
It's true. But it's all in your perception, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be.
Yeah. But know when you need to rest, always. And primary on Sundays for years, I was like, no, I don't need primary songs. Are you kidding me? Like, I drop them off and I go, like, that's me time.
100%.
I don't know primary songs.
And I was the mom that would drop my kids off and go get a Coke.
Of course you were.
And a corn dog.
And a corn dog. Where did you get a corn dog?
At Pace Market
Oh.
on Sundays. Or they had those really good burritos. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to.
Oh my gosh.
My kids would be like, you went and got stuff at Pace Market, didn't you? I'm not going to class next time.
We've never been able to, no matter how hard we try, to do the not spend money on Sunday thing. So I wouldn't necessarily leave church, but like we were always, so I didn't grow up in a religion. That's why I didn't know primary songs. I converted at 16 to the religion. And so I grew up with some evangelical traditions, just Southern traditions, because my dad is from Arkansas and Tennessee, and my mom's Texan.
Ah, you got Bible Belt all through you.
Yes, sir. Sure do. But part of that tradition is you go out to brunch on Sunday.
That's our church.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and you
Do
know,
you wear a hat?
Of course.
The Sunday hat?
No. I'm a ball cap mom.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
The fancy hats. Some religions.
In the Bible Belt, the ladies will go out to breakfast or to church, and they have these big fancy Sunday hats.
Are you making this up?
No, I'm
No,
not.
no.
It's awesome.
Are you kidding me? How am I 57 years old and do not know this?
It's more
Don't
tradition
know.
with black women. But yeah, it happens. Very fancy.
That's
Like,
so cool. I want to see this.
I'll show you a picture. Steve.
No, I want to go experience this.
go to the deep south.
I want to. We need to.
But yeah, but that's a big part of it. And so even though, don't spend money on Sundays, I'm like, but I want lunch. But I want a Diet Coke. But I want ice cream, right? And
How is spending money on Sunday breaking the Sabbath?
you know, it's a wrestle because it's a religious thing, right? And they say
Is it a
you shouldn't.
cultural thing or a commandment thing?
I believe it's a revelatory commandment.
She has quote
I'm
marks
doing air
going on.
quotes, right? Like one of those revelatory commandments, right? Where they say, by the way, it includes this, 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 and this. And
Gotcha.
I've always kind of, I guess, omitted it because I was like, but I want to do this. Oh, she just saw a picture.
How did you even? Brad is showing me pictures of these ladies with these beautiful hats on, and they're all dressed up. I want to do that.
Because I travel for work and I see things.
Well, you never tell me. Rude.
It hasn't come up in conversation.
So rude.
No, it's
You're my best friend.
really
You're
cool.
supposed to tell me all things.
I just
cool.
did. I
That
just
is
did.
Really cool.
I'm going to get you a Sunday hat and you can wear it around.
Done.
Another fun thing that's been trending in other areas, because not Utah, women in my family just, they will get together and have tea parties, like really great, like high tea with like all the snacks and the trays.
Like the
and-
cucumber sandwiches and
Yeah,
stuff.
my Aunt Susie makes the best cucumber sandwiches.
I want to experience this.
And my Aunt Susie listens and watches everything I do. So as soon as I tell her when this airs, she'll listen to it. So yes, Aunt Susie, I miss your cucumber sandwiches.
I seriously, honey, I want to do this.
I will make you a cucumber sandwich.
No, I want to go to the deep south. I want to experience culture.
But they'll do this, and then they will make their own hats as like part of like the tea party, or to come to the tea party, and they'll do like, it depends on the type of party and the women, their preference, but they will make hats for this tea party experience.
Kind of like you used to make your witch hats.
Oh, how I make the witch hats for Halloween.
Yes.
For our, oh my gosh, so cool. Oh my, I would love that.
It's so
I
fun.
would love that.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
But yeah, so brunch. So I just never bought into it. And actually my 15-year-old was asking me about that the other day. We were talking about like, gosh, you know, as things keep getting better and better and better, like, you know, we should start going out to like brunch or lunch on Sundays. And so she asked about the Sabbath, and I said, here's my thought. I said, you know, some people have to work on Sunday. Have to. Police officers, doctors, firemen. Do we really think they're sinning, keeping us safe?
No way.
That's what she said. And I said, so now let's put ourselves in the shoes of a waitress. She probably makes $2.75 an hour. Of course, her 15-year-old jaw dropped. What? Yeah. And I said, so she has to be there no matter what. So if we don't go to brunch and tip her well, a service, and energy is reciprocal, right?
Exactly.
How does she do better in her life?
Oh, I love that.
That's a really good thought process.
And my sweet
Circle of life.
15-year-old daughter went,
Did you just Lion King on us?
he
Totally did. Oh,
He,
yeah.
my gosh.
he like almost slipped that one completely by us too.
On the vineyard.
Yeah, even Gracie was like, yeah, okay. Yep, I agree. Let's start going to lunch or brunch on Sunday.
Well, once upon a time, there was a from the pulpit where they said, "Do not frequent businesses that are open on Sunday.
That is true.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
They
yes.
literally tried to just shut down any business
Anybody
that was open on Sunday.
On Sunday, they were trying to shut it down.
Which, I mean, if it is your core value to not be open on Sunday, then don't. Don't work on. Everybody needs a day of rest, whether it's Monday, Wednesday, Sunday.
Well, I think it's bullshit because the only time I ever want Chick-fil-A is on Sunday.
Yes.
They're always closed on Sunday.
Be like, oh, let's go get Chick-fil-A. And we'll start driving. And it's like, oh, shit, it's Sunday.
Want to hear a spicy take?
Hate it.
I hate Chick-fil-A.
What?
I don't know if we can be friends.
And okay, I like their lemonade.
Okay, you're redeemable then.
I don't, but their chicken, I just feel like listen, okay, I'm a Popeyes girl. There's better chicken out there.
Popeye's mac and cheese is solid. Their chicken is usually overcooked, though.
Okay, if you're feeling indulgent, Popeyes has a strawberry biscuit out right now. They do the limited. Go to Popeyes, get a strawberry biscuit, the grilled or the fried chicken, and the mac and cheese, and make a sandwich.
That sounds good. That's like the Jaybird sandwich that I got the other day with the mac and cheese on it.
Those are good. You guys are
But
making
that
me
was
hungry. We're
not-
going to go to brunch in a second.
Yeah.
Jaybirds is not as affordable as Chick-fil-A or Popeyes.
I have 5 kids. Chick-fil-A is not affordable.
That is expensive too. Yeah.
I'll tell you though, manifesting, I have learned to watch my language. Instead of looking at something and say, I can't afford that, I will look at something and say, I don't want to pay that.
Yeah.
I do not want to pay that price. I want a different price. I want a better price.
That's really wise.
I will find coupons. I will find deals. I will find out I have reward points stashed away I forgot about every time.
Yeah, when you're manifesting, be sure that you're very specific with the universe. Like, don't say, I want a new car. Yeah, I'm going to get a new car. You need to be specific on how the new car comes to you because you might get in a wreck and end up in the hospital and then get a new car.
Well, that's kind of like what happened to Talia, right? She was always like, oh, I need a new car. I need a new car. And she got in that bad wreck.
Yeah.
And that was her route to get a new car, but
she
it could have
learned-
been ugly.
She learned a big lesson in manifesting
Yes, she did.
because she's a manifesting crazy woman.
Yeah.
Like, she can do it
She's
really
powerful.
well. Yeah, she's powerful.
Well, we talked about that yesterday with my body and my balances. What was happening whenever I was run down and I was like, I need a break, I ended up in the hospital.
Yes. Right?
Constantly.
Your body's like, oh, you want a timeout? Okay.
Hospital. Let's start bleeding internally. I gotcha.
Well, you get what you want.
Yeah.
You know, be specific with the universe. Please, ding, ding, pro tip. Be specific when you're manifesting because you will get what you ask for, but be so careful how you word it because your words are power.
Words matter.
Yes, definitely. So, Sarah, after you get a balance, there is a processing that everybody goes through. I usually tell people that you'll be processing for 1 to 2 weeks. And it's usually processing kind of means that you're in your head and that you're like, oh, this is this or this is this. And oh, I remember this, or, you know, you'll have flashbacks and things. Has your processing been like? And how long does it usually take you?
Depending on the balance and the day, because I've had several now, sometimes it's thoughts. Sometimes I might feel a little fluey and achy, right?
So you actually have physical symptoms.
Sometimes.
show up.
Or
Yep.
like the pain might linger. So like when I had the back and I said I had to sit with that a little longer, I was like, okay, what are we doing? Well, one thing I had learned simultaneous with you from my therapist is that our brain talks to itself, but we have to give it permission to do that. So
Dude, I just talk to myself all the time. And I do
It's
answer.
true. It's true.
I do too. But she told me, you like put your hand over your heart, start with I feel, and then you start talking about how you feel, what you feel. And your brain has all of its coping mechanisms. Our brains they're part of our body. They're amazing, right? All the healing, everything's there. So it starts talking to itself and doing its soothing. It starts doing everything. So I have found in processing, it's feeling the things and saying, okay, I feel achy. I feel fluey. We talked about, and, fill in the blanks. We talked about trauma from when I was 12. We talked about trauma from when I was 22. And this is what it is. And so, and I will talk through what we've talked through, because I told you I talk. So that's my best mechanism, is talking to myself.
But a lot of times it can make you cry. It can make you scream. It can make you just want to sleep.
That's what she said.
About screaming?
Oh.
Okay, I'm
It took
being
me a minute,
Aries.
too.
I still don't get it. What did I just miss?
I'm not going to explain it.
He's being 14.
Rude.
It really ruins the whole joke when you have to explain it.
I know.
And usually you're right there on that vibe and that level, and I'm so disappointed right now.
I'm so sorry to disappoint.
But yeah, you feel your feelings. Are you tired? Do you need to sleep? And do what your body needs. Lay there, rest, read, meditate, process. Like I said, my way is naming what am I feeling? What am I feeling emotionally? What am I feeling physically? And it will pass. And if you let yourself feel it, if you let yourself scream, if you let yourself cry, let yourself feel it, let yourself sleep, let yourself cry, let yourself scream, let yourself, go through your feelings. And from my experience, that is how you don't revert back, right? You processed it.
You process it, yeah, and you release it and give it back to God.
Yes.
Because it's not ours to hold. When we hold it, it's those beaver dams. So when we're doing the energy work, the balancing, we're removing those beaver dams. So when you're re-feeling it and re-going through it, this time you're feeling it, acknowledging it, and releasing it. So you no longer hold it in your body, mind, or spirit, right?
Right.
So it's so freeing, because then you're releasing those traumas, and then your body is safe to heal and have those energy flows come back. So I love that. Thank you for explaining that.
Well, and isn't it crazy, the physical manifestations that are so connected to healing the energy, right? Oh, I'm nauseous from healing this energy, from healing this trauma. It's really amazing how the body, mind, and soul work in conjunction.
Yeah.
They really are all connected. And I think a lot of people think that if they just heal, just the mind or just the body, I work out all the time, and I'm working through my trauma because, I can check out of my brain when I'm working out. They think that that's what they're doing, but they're only healing body. So they've got to heal body, mind, and soul. They go together. And without those three, it's always going to come back. It's always going to surface again. But it's so beautiful when there's no charge to it anymore, and you can talk about things. And that's when the magic happens. That's when you are able to help other people. And that's what this life is about, is service to each other and love.
And I think that is the perfect way to finish up this episode. Sarah, thank you so much for joining us today. You've been awesome to talk to.
Thank you for having me.
100%.
This was amazing.
We just love your guts.
I
You're
love
amazing.
you guys. I can't wait to come back.
We're going to be excited to have you back again. And thank you, everyone, for listening. We will see you next time.
On the other side of the veil.